Good morning, everyone. Now I'm unmuted. Welcome back to the fight room. Welcome to the first ever. I reckon it's the first ever. I don't know if anyone's done this before. Community ranked top 10 heavyweight fighters in the world. We're doing it a little bit different today. I want to basically get the community to decide what the top 10 is. So between us, we're going to be voting, and I've got this all set up. I've thought about this. I've thought about this very carefully, you see, which is different for me. But we've got this set up, which is me with my normal things for streaming. And let me just test this actually. 202 says he was told there would be snacks. Well, there ain't, buddy. Sorry to disappoint. So we'll put the comments there. And then I've got this second seat. Look at this. How good is this? I need to bring this to here. So then I can keep that there. Cool. And then, so your comments, I've fixed it. So it took me a few hours yesterday, but I've made it so your comments will show again now, which is great. And Josh asking why is Pulev top 10? Well, exactly. And that's for us to decide. Do we think Pulev's top 10? I think I know what the answer is going to be, but the idea here is to vote. So at the start of today, I'll wait till there's a few people in, because I'm not sure how many people we've got right now, about 35. The idea is going to be, we've got a list of heavyweights down at the bottom here, and we're going to rank them top 10. Now, some of these won't even be on the list because there's more than 10 heavyweights here. So first we've got to establish, are we picking from the right pool of heavyweights? So just chuck names in the chat that you don't see there, I suppose, is probably the first place to start. We will make some decisions about the likes of Tyson Fury, because he is obviously retired. So the first decisions that need to be made are, what pool of heavyweights are we picking from? Are we going to include Tyson Fury? And is Usyk number one? Because I think we're all going to be pretty unanimous that Usyk's number one. If you don't think Usyk's number one, maybe you shouldn't be here. But no, everyone gets their say. That's the whole idea of this. It's a democracy in the truest sense. I'm not even going to pick mine. This is for you guys. You guys are choosing the top 10. I will be doing mine at a later date with an interesting idea I've had. So we're going to do this first, though. So we've got about 45 people in, so I reckon we can start voting. So the first question is, have we got everyone? I think so. In my little list here, I've got, if I jump over to there, so we've got Fabio Wardley, Oleksandr Usyk, Ajit Kabayel, Deontay Wilder's there, Daniel Dubois. Is Daniel Dubois in there twice? He is in there twice. Let's get rid of one of those Daniel Dubois. Can I do that? Can I delete this? No, I can't. All right, well, there's two Daniel Dubois. So we'll have to just deal with that. Zhile Zhang, Jared Anderson, Joseph Parker, Anthony Joshua, F.A. Jagba. Are we missing Frank Sanchez? I thought I added him in. Yeah, all right. So we're missing Frank Sanchez and Italma. 1 second. Let me just get these guys, because I did add them earlier and it's not done it for some reason. Frank Sanchez and Italma. Cool. All right. So, well, Aimless, should Italma be there? Well, that's going to be a conversation. But he's definitely in the mix to potentially be in it, you know? I think I need to change this a little bit, actually. I think this needs to be longer. There we go. It's better. That's still not working. Do you know what? The main thing is that you can see them all. So we'll just leave it like that. So we've got Italma, we've got Frank Sanchez, Fury, Bacole, Joyce, Hrgovic, Ajagba, Joshua, Parker, Jared Anderson, Zhile Zhang. Hooney should probably be in the conversation, shouldn't he? So we'll drop a Justice Hooney in there as well. I think he deserves that conversation at least, even if it's, you know, ultimately a no. That's because it's an AVIF, isn't it? There we go. Right, so Huni is also now in the mix. So I'm going to do the first poll. Oh, Chisora, we can have Chisora as well. All right, fine, we'll do Chisora. Be interested to see if he actually ends up in there or not. And what about Dillian White? Should Dillian White be in the conversation as well? Maybe, maybe not. Oh, yeah, you're right. So we've got Miller. So we've got Chisora in. I don't think I have Miller in there, so I can add Miller in as well. What am I going to do here, actually? Let me go. Can I add another one? Let me see. I'm using this website to see if Big Baby Miller. Can. All right, cool. I think that's probably enough to have a conversation. So let's so I think the criteria, as Josh says, we also need to categorize these guys based off of criteria. Are we looking at this who would likely beat who, base it off skill, or are we looking doing this based off strength of resume? So all those things, Josh, I think is the reality. We have to try and balance what someone's achieved, how good we think they might be, you know, projecting based on the fact they've maybe not fought the highest level of opposition, and yeah, it's a mixture of those things. It's potential level of performance, so skill and all those things, perceivable skill, and then what they've actually achieved, and then what we think they've got left as well. Because some of these guys have maybe hit those heights and maybe aren't there anymore. So, first poll we're going to do is it's a big one, to be honest. It's probably one of the biggest decisions we're going to have to make. First poll: should we include Tyson Fury? Now, the argument before I go live on this poll for including Tyson Fury is that he says he's retired, but he said that many times. And Scotty C, Andrew Ruiz probably should be in the conversation too. Right? Let me add. There's so many damn heavyweights. This is the thing, right? It is more like a top 20. Maybe we can make it a top 20 if this is going well. But let's have a look at Andrew Ruiz Jr. So let me see if it lets me add one more in. God, he is a mess, isn't he? So much talent and it's just mad, isn't it? It does let me add it. Brilliant. Okay, cool. In which case I might as well add White as well. Yeah, I've got a White. Cool, right. I think that is basically everyone. Yeah, so before I run this Fury poll, on the one hand, he says he's retired. On the other hand, I think most of us are almost certain that he will fight again. And also he is able to fight again. We know he's still at a certain level of performance ability, but also he said he's retired. But look, I'm leaving this entirely to you guys to vote on. First poll question of the day. We'll probably run for about 5 minutes. Should we include Tyson Fury, yes or no? Simple poll. All right, that is running. So get voting on it. Should we include Tyson Fury? That is the first question. I think it's going to be pretty close because he's disliked by many, but also he's obviously a good fighter. But it's an interesting conversation because, well, we'll get into it. But there's so many interesting things to talk about with this potential top 10. Fight Sport Talk, what up, mate? Good to see you. White Not Top 30, nice t-shirt. This is Harry Johnson. I do appreciate it, mate. Nemoticon says, don't like Fury, but you got to include him. He's still part of the era. Maybe, mate. Maybe. This isn't my list. This is your list. So this is going to be whatever you guys decide. Damn, it's 50-50 after 38 votes. We're going to need to get a few more votes. Please bang a like on the stream, guys, while we're waiting for the result of that poll. By the way, you all may have noticed that I've included a stream goal now moving forward. No, there's no pressure on that, but it's just to track. It's just to track how many donations we get during a stream, and hopefully, yeah, if we can hit the goal, then brilliant. But it's not a big deal. And I've got your comments back up now as well. It took me about 4 hours of filling yesterday. I had an issue with my laptop. It was like a GPU driver thing. All right, 51% of you right now think we should include Fury. That is so close. There's 87 of you viewing right now. So I'd love it if you could all vote on it, and we can decide. I mean, this is the thing, Kenny. Is Fury retired, gone? This is the other side of the equation, what Kenny's just said. Fury's retired, gone. But is he gone? Or is he just, waiting for the right moment? Potentially waiting for Usyk to retire and splinter those belts or give up a belt or two. Is he just seeing if he can skip the queue as he normally does? I think it might be what he's doing. Or is he just waiting to see if they'll pay him obscene amounts of money for Anthony Joshua? So that's the equation. 54 votes, 52% say we should include Fury. We'll give it 3 more minutes and then we'll make a call on that one. The Emoticon says, if Fury is included, why include Wilder? Well, Wilder isn't retired, and Wilder might not make the top 10. That's a pool of fighters that we've got there. And if I just make it a bit bigger, and they'll all be considered, basically. It's a bit annoying that I can't get it wide enough to cover the whole screen. But like if I do, I can just maybe move it across like that so you can see it. So yeah, you can see we've got Frank Sanchez there. We've got Fury there. So yeah, just the way this thing works. I mean, you're saying if we base it on achievements and who Fury's got to be there, but the reality is that Fury hasn't really. We'll get into the conversation. I shouldn't really say that now, but Fury hasn't really beat anyone, to be honest. Anyway, but how cool is this, by the way? This switch thing. It's cool, isn't it? So like I can jump back and forth. I can't make it a bit bigger. That's good. Okay. Very satisfying. Very satisfying. I'm a weird guy. Anyway, see, Mr. Man, I see you get your top 10 in there, and that's great, but that's going to have to wait, my friend, because we're going to vote. Rank for rank, we're going to be voting on it. All right, how are we getting on with that poll? It's been 3 minutes, 61 votes, sorry. 53% of you think yes, include Fury, so it's very, very close. You can see how divided people are on this topic in general about Tyson Fury, where he sits, where he should sit, and all that kind of stuff. It's a very interesting conversation, and that's where we're beginning. And then after this, the next one will be: can we all agree that Usyk's number one? And then we will start. And then we will start working our way through the rankings and seeing what we can do after that, because that's where it gets interesting. I think, anyway. I think what we'll do is we'll sort of put everyone in the table and then we'll vote them up or down. I think that's probably the best way to do it. Like the poll, Fury sits on the fence as an emoticon. I don't think Fury sits on the fence. I think he sits on both sides of the fence. Ad Ben says Tyson beat Usyk once. So apparently, fair enough, mate. If that's your opinion, should be interesting how the chat responds. Oh, Harry Johnson, does Okolie get near the top 10 right now? Do you know what, mate? You've asked the question, and we're going to answer it as a community. Lawrence Okoli is in the conversation. Like, this is how it's just mad how many there are right now, isn't it? There's actually also what's his name? Jalalov. I've not even put him in, but there's too many heavyweights right now, isn't there? It's good, really good. I think we should be getting more good heavyweight fights, really, based on how many there are. Okoli is in. I put Jalalov in as well because I think a few people might bat for him, to be fair. All right, Jalalov is also in. Fucking hell, there's a lot of heavyweights here, isn't there? It'd be nice if we could do all of them, actually. I don't know how many rows I can add to this. Could maybe add some more. Yeah, I can. Sweet. All right, maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it at 15 or something then. All right, let's have a look at this poll and get it decided. So 55% of you from 71 votes think we should include Tyson Fury. So we're going to include Mike is not as crisp as usual, says Enzo. Let me check that. Is that better? I'm worried that's not been playing through my actual mic. Anyway, hopefully it has. But yeah, that'd be frustrating if it wasn't. It might have been my laptop mic. And no one said anything except for Enzo. So hopefully that's all right. Gassiev, yeah, we should put Gassiev in too. All right, fine, we'll do it. I don't really know where he sits as a heavyweight, Gassiev, but Lovejoy, get out of here. Oh my days, I wish someone had told me. I didn't have my freaking mic turned on. Sorry, guys. You gotta let me know, people. You know the usual quality we bring here. If there's something not right, then there's something not right. That's very frustrating. Oh well, sorted now. Okay. What we saying with Fury? All right, it's been 7 minutes. 56% of you from 75 votes think Fury should be included, so we're going to end the poll there. And we're going to include Tyson Fury. So Fury will be in consideration. Richard Torres as well, we can put him in the chat. Quite like his look, Torres. It's quite old school, eh? Looks like a lot of Aussies. Right. All right. Right, Richard Torres is also in consideration. This is ridiculous. Okay, so everyone is accounted for. The first question, where to begin? The next thing is, can we all agree Usyk's number one? So that's the next poll. Let's do that quickly. And I don't think we need to leave that too long, hopefully. Is Usyk number one? Start poll. All right. I think that should be a pretty easy one for people to answer. Potato Lizards chucked Guido Vianello out there as well. So we could probably do Guido as well, to be fair. I do actually quite like Vianello. I think he's good. So we'll put him in. Hopefully I can remember who all these are because the faces are quite small, but it should be okay. Right, Vianello is also in the conversation. This is an outrageous list. What we've got in the poll, 98% of people, only 2% of you think that that Usyk is not number one, which is, I don't even know who said, if you were the person that said Usyk isn't number one, who do you think is number one? I bet it was that guy saying that Fury beat him once. That wouldn't surprise me at all. I'll leave it one more minute, but I feel like that one's pretty conclusive. You know, it's not really going to swing from 98% to 51% no, is it, in the next period of time? think it's probably one of the easiest questions we could ask on this stream is, you know, where do you rank Fury? Mate, no banning people. Let everyone have their opinion, even if it's a shitty opinion. Okay, I think that's enough probably. 65 votes. How many have we got in the stream? 110. Do bang a like on the stream while we're waiting for the result of this poll, by the way, guys. And if you want to donate, we have got a goal for the stream at the bottom right there, as you can see. So we'll see. Miles Carey, big up, mate. Hope you're well. We'll get that up on the screen. Where's Miles? Hello, Miles. Miles is always so nice. He's always got something nice to say. All right. I think that it is clear that Usyk is number one. So we're going to put Usyk at number one to begin. Usyk is our number one ranked heavyweight in the world. And that was nice and easy. So, with that in mind, we do have Michael Hunter as well. All right, yeah, we'll put Michael Hunter in, fine. You twisted my arm. I might already have a Michael Hunter, actually. It sounds like I'm collecting bloody Pokemon cards. I think I've got a Hunter. Let me see if I do. I don't have a Michael Hunter. Michael Hunter, who has absolutely chucked his career in the bin. What a weird, weird guy. Honestly, he's one of the biggest wastes of talent I've seen. All right. That is a hench list. Okay, so how are we going to do this? I reckon... it's a good question because we've got so many now. We know Usyk's number one. I think we put everyone we can in the conversation for number two. And then we sort of vote them up or down. So I think that you could have Wardley. You could have Kabayel. You could have one of the Daniel Dubois. You could have... probably not Parker after he just lost. You could have... We've included Fury, so we're going to include Fury there. And then what we'll do is at the end, I'll do it in tiers like this, and then we'll then do votes on each person and see if they should be higher or lower on the consensus. All right. I think that's probably everyone we could consider for number two. All right, so for number two, in the conversation right now, Wardley, Kabayel, Dubois, and Fury. Is there anyone else that should be in the conversation for number two? Get your comments in and let me know what you think. That's what we've got right now. So let me know what you think. Who else should be in the conversation for number two? Chisora. I don't think we can really make an argument for Chisora. So I'm going to veto that one. Anyone else? Or is that... I think that's probably everyone we would want to consider for number two, I think. Just let people catch up a bit. Do bang a like on the stream as well, guys, if you're enjoying this. Yep, we got Kabayel. All right. All right, I think we're happy with that. So the next vote, Luis Ortiz. Mate, is Luis Ortiz even fighting anymore? We're not putting Luis Ortiz in. Parker, people are saying, I mean, he just lost, so I think it's pretty clear that Wardley's above him. Scotty wants Joshua in there. I think most people think that's good. Chris Lovejoy Rob's number one. Indeed, mate, indeed. Morton says it's Wardley or Cowboy at number two. Just vote and then it gets spicy. To be honest, mate, there will be people that vote for Fury or Dubois as well. Right, let's... how many can I do in a poll? How many options can I do in a poll? Let me have a look. No, not a Q&A. Add option. Add option. I could do 4 options. Great. Okay, that's perfect. So, who is the number 2 heavyweight? we've got Wardley, Fury, Caballel, or Dubois. All right. Look, there'll be an opportunity, and as well, like if there's someone that we've got very wrong here, then we can move them up afterwards. I will do a full vote at the end on each individual, and we'll see if people think they should be higher or if it's about right. So. Scotty C says Fury has to be number 2, most decorated, and only lost to number 1. I mean, the argument with Fury is that he hasn't beaten a single top 10 fighter that exists in the world today. Not one. Unless we end up with Deontay Wilder in our top 10, which would be on the fact he's been a heavyweight champion only. It's an interesting one, but yeah. People are really passionate about Fury, but we've agreed to include him, so there'll be a vote, and it's not me deciding, guys. People are saying, please, Henry, please, community, you guys decide whether or not Fury will be in the mix and where he will end up ranking. If he might not be top 10. Be interesting to see what happens with that, because there's a lot of you that don't even want him there in the first place. So I think that's going to influence his rank quite aggressively. Right now we got Caballel at 50%. As I say, we'll let it run for a few minutes. We'll see what we get. We're on 70 votes right now, so we'll see where it ends up. 127 of you in the chat. I'd love it if you could bang a like on the stream, guys. Help get it out there to more people. And if you consider donating, I'm starting to set goals for the streams. I'd like them to make a little more, so that'd be great. Super chats and that get prioritized as ever. This is interesting. The David Ho says Caballel is good, but number 2 is crazy. Everybody Caballel beat, Parker can beat / have beaten. Well, the thing is that the idea with this, guys, is we're thinking about ceiling for potential performance. We've never seen Caballel lose in the ring, so his potential ceiling is higher than Parker's because we have seen Parker lose. So the idea with this is you've got to consider, potential ability level. You've got to consider what they've achieved. And those are the things you've got to balance, because there'll be guys in this list like a Talma who could be better than all of them for all we know, but we've not seen him fight anyone yet. So it's predicting how good he is, basically. And as I say, we could end up with an Talma at number 2 just because they're not in there right now. It doesn't mean they won't, because we'll vote on where they should rank at the end. Right now, 51% of you think Caballel is the number 2 heavyweight, which I think is a good idea, a good vote. 29% Fury, 15% Wardley, 6% Dubois. Isn't that interesting how low Dubois is thought of? Because Dubois could beat Caballel. Dubois could beat Fury. He could very well beat Fury. He also has only lost in his current form to the number 1 heavyweight in the world in Oleksandr Usyk. It's very interesting. I think Dubois-Wardley would be a fantastic fight, by the way. I'd love to see that. Danny Heath says, Henry, do you think there's any reason to put Caballel above Triple D? Yeah, on potential performance levels, he's never lost, and he looks great he's looked great in everything he's done. Oh, mate, thank you so much for the donation. That's massive. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate it. Add Ben with the 20, getting us towards our stream goal. Really appreciate that, mate. Do I think there's any reason to put Caballel above Triple D? Yes, as I was saying, potential performance level. He looks great. He's never lost. He's never come close to losing, whereas Dubois has. And whilst Dubois has been in there with the harder opponent in Usyk, he also lost to Joe Joyce, of course. I think it would be a great fight. I think it'd be a fantastic fight. But I think you can put him above Dubois for sure. I think there's a potential that Caballel is the second best heavyweight in the world, and I think he gives Usyk a fantastic fight. So, yeah. Caballel isn't 41 guys again, but it is about potential for performance. He's beaten Frank Sanchez. He made easy work of Makhmudov. It's how he does it as well. It's not just that he wins, it's that he's won clearly. Good point, David. We have a Discord, actually, which David has just highlighted there in the chat. And the Discord is great. It's brilliant, full of great people. I'm going to pin that comment. All right, let's have a look at this vote. 5 minutes have been. Caballel is clearly the number 2 with Fury at 30%, Wardley at 15%, and Dubois at 5%. So we will make it so. Oh, mate, thank you very much for the super. Really appreciate that. $10 from I'm Spammed Out. Just remember, you may consider potential, but we are free to rank on current results. You said it's up to us. Absolutely, mate. It's just something to consider. It's just people are asking me, was there any reason to consider Caballel? That would be the reason to consider Caballel, in my opinion. All right, so the number 2 heavyweight. Let me just stop the poll. Is going to be Caballel. And then we could do Fury Wardley in the order they were in, but I think we'll just vote again. So Caballel's number 2. We'll move these guys down in order. So Fury, Wardley, Dubois. And then I'll add another fighter into the rank number 3. I think we should add in... Let's have a look. So the options for... The other options for number 3, I reckon, are Joseph Parker. Yeah, let's do Joseph Parker, because a lot of people think he shouldn't have lost that fight. Or wouldn't have lost that fight. Where is Joe Parker? There he is. So for the next vote, we got Fury, Wardley, Dubois, Parker. Thank you, mate. 202 for the super, mate. Really appreciate that. 202 coming through with the 2. Oh, shit. There was a tenor as... Oh, no, that's all right. I already read that one out. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. 202 is one of the admins in the Discord. Great guy. All right. So the next vote is, as you can see, get it ready. Who is number 3? We have got Fury, Wardley, Dubois, and Parker. Number 3 is being voted on now, people. Let me know who you got. Fury, Wardley, Dubois, and Parker are your options. Mystery Man wanted AJ added for number 3. I think, look, mate, as I say, we'll go through in these tiers of 4. And then when we reach the end, we'll go through the list and see if anyone else should be in the mix. And that could result in someone jumping from 10 all the way up to number 2, probably. I mean, we know Usyk's number 1, but so it's interesting because people are going to vote for Fury, most likely, or a lot of people will. Oh, it's neck and neck with Wardley right now. So I actually haven't. I need to study it and whatnot, but I actually think Dubois would have a chance against Fury, a very good chance. But at the same time, Fury is a good boxer. There's no question. He just avoids fighting top 10 fighters, and he just likes to go straight for the biggest reward, so to speak. Apologies, people. 37% Wardley right now, 33% Fury. It is neck and neck after a minute. So we're going to leave that for about 5 minutes. And then we'll get to the next one. Reese, we decided that Fury would be included as a community. So we're voting on each decision. There's no one... I'm not assuming Fury should be in here. Also, guys, the pinned comment in the chat is our Discord server. And we originally did this in the Discord. The guys put together a vote, a new member. His username slips my mind, so apologies for that, mate. I know you'll probably be watching. But he put together a presentation. It was fantastic. So, yeah, the Discord's awesome. And I love the passion. So, yeah, I thought let's bring this to the wider YouTube community. And, yeah, don't forget to bang a like on the stream, please, people, if you're in here. I've got 139 of you in right now, which is great. %40 Wardley, 34% Fury. See, it's interesting because more people thought that Fury was the number 2 than thought Wardley was, but now Wardley's winning the vote for number 3. It's really interesting because I was just going to... There was an argument to just put Fury in because he got the second highest numbers on the last one, but actually Wardley's beating him on this one. So really interesting. Really, really interesting. Also, this satisfied. How satisfying is that? How satisfying is that? I'm so easily pleased, but like being able to switch scenes like that is sick. I love it. This video will actually be a good video when the live is done. That's what makes me happy. So yeah. All right. We'll give it a couple more minutes, but right now Wardley is edging it. 37% to Fury's 36. 92 votes. Kenny Senior Explorer says, feel like Wardley's luck will run out soon. He's overrated. Maybe, mate, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe he's just always going to land those shots. You know, he might lose every round and always land those shots. It's possible. I don't think Wilder's level of competition was great, but Andy Carter doesn't understand why Fury is rated so highly. It's a different question if you ask who would win, Wardley or Fury, isn't it? I mean, you could argue that Wardley would just stick it on him in a way that no one has been able to for a long time. The athleticism of Wardley is what makes it, you know, he's not the best boxer in the world, but he's very, very athletic. When I say the best boxer, by the way, that's not to say he couldn't beat the best boxer. I just mean his boxing skill is decent, but it's not the highest level. But then his athleticism more than makes up for it. More than makes up for it. We're at $37 out of the 100 goals so far, which is not a bad start, people. Not bad at all. Quite happy with that, really. Crazy X-Man, great comment. He says, you got to break Wardley's willpower. He's got decent boxing for the level he's come from and the will of a beast. He won't go down unless he's out. Exactly. I do agree with that, mate. I do agree with that. Right, how's that vote coming? Oh, it's neck and neck after 100 votes. 39% Wardley, 37% Fury. I agree with that too, Mystery Man. Wardley's cardiovascular output is underrated. I think his conditioning is exceptional. But it was the point that Ben Davison made. He said that his conditioning is great, but the big thing is he doesn't have to throw hard to hit hard. So he can throw lighter shots and they do significant damage. So it does obviously don't load up as much. It doesn't use as much energy. So it makes total sense. Oh no, Alex says, so funny that Fury isn't even top 3. Well, we'll see. There's only 1% in it right now. It's so close. We've gone for 5 minutes, but I feel like I should leave it just a little longer just to see if it changes again. Josh Barfield says, I'd be leaning Fury at 3 if it's this close. No, mate. We're going to do whoever comes out on top. It's a community. I can't veto the poll. If Wardley wins by 1%, he wins the number 3 slot. All right, I'm going to literally leave it for another 30 seconds. And we're going to take whoever is number 1 at 30 seconds. Federico says, Wardley's capacity to recover in between rounds is ridiculous too. I do agree with that. All right, I think it's pretty conclusive now. 39% Wardley, 36% Fury. So we're going to end the poll. And Fabio Wardley is officially the community's number 3 heavyweight in the world. Fair bloody play to him. Oops. Right, so down goes Fury. Down goes Dubois. Down goes Parker. So this is actually where it gets a bit tricky. Who do we add in as the 4th option at number 4? I think you could pick from... I think AJ is in the conversation. I think Italma is in the conversation. I think AJ, Italma. Yeah, that's really interesting, actually. Zhang, maybe? Who should the 4th potential top heavyweight in the world be? Get in the comments and let me know. This is your vote, guys. So you let me know who you would like as the extra option at number 4. Caballel is already the number 2 heavyweight, mate. Bob Nelson wants a Talma. We've got Triple D in there already, mate. So right now we've got Fury, Dubois, and Parker. They're the three. We can add a fourth option in. X-Man thinks AJ. Safari thinks AJ. Josh thinks Hrgovic. A couple of Bacoles. Oh, no, that's a no Bacole. AJ, not Zhang. All right. Hrgovic. There's a few Hrgovics. There's a few AJs. A few Atalmas. Oh, it's a difficult one, that, isn't it? Parker's already there, mate. We've got Parker, so we just need one more option. I feel like I don't want to do another vote. I'm going to put AJ. But look, guys, there'll be an opportunity to iron it out. Don't worry. We're going to, because we're going to go through the whole thing again. So at the end, we're going to like actually vote on each person's rank at the end. So it will be made right. But I'm going to put AJ in there based on achievement. So AJ is the fourth option for this part of the vote. So we're going to go for Fury, Dubois, Parker, AJ is the vote. Let me get that poll ready. Fury, Dubois, Parker, and AJ. Start poll. All right, let's see what we got. X-Man wants a poll between AJ or Hrgovic. I don't think we can start. I mean, we could, but I don't really want to start doing polls for who should be the fourth option in the fourth tier. I think we'll just do it like this. We'll do the 4 options for each ranking, and then at the end, I'm going to go through and say, okay, let's vote. Should this person be higher, lower, or is their ranking correct? And we'll do it like that, I think. Yeah, I still think Dubois is rated. I think Dubois is a stylistic issue with Usyk, and I think that Dubois is a good heavyweight. It's certainly a good argument to have. Dubois is actually edging Fury right now, and I don't think that's unfair. Now it's level again. We've got 72 people voted so far, and Dubois just edged ahead. Dubois is a good heavyweight. There's no question. It's just that stylistically he struggles because he can't. His defense is very poor, but his legs are his defense. So if you've got better legs than him, then he'll get to you. Then you should beat him. Fury has good feet, good timing, good reach, so he could time Dubois on the way in. But also Dubois is much more athletic than Fury at this point in his career, and could rush Fury. I think he could put it on Fury in a way that not many can at heavyweight. So it's actually a really interesting fight, and you could actually see it quite one-sided one way or the other. It's a really interesting conversation. Who would win, Dubois or Fury? Fury hasn't fought many big athletic heavyweights that are fast like Dubois. When I say fast, I don't necessarily mean like crazy hand speed, but he's powerful, and straight line speed's very good. The way he closes the gap. Don't forget to bang a like on the video, guys. Got 51 likes so far, but there's 3 times that number in the chat. Great to see people sticking around as well. There's 140 viewing right now, which is the most we've had so far. Most people are sticking around the whole time, which is just great. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. But yeah, do bang a like on it if you enjoy it. Consider sending a super chat or donating. We're trying to hit $100 goal on this stream. Dave's just tuning in, but don't you think Dubois beats Wardley? Hey man, it's not my top 10. This is the community top 10, so this is being voted for. For those that are unaware and just joining in, we're doing it as a voting system. Thank you very much for the donation, Andy, for the 2. Really appreciate that, mate. It means a lot. Yeah, we're doing it as a voting system. So you guys are voting on each rank. Really appreciate that, mate. Very kind. So right now, after 2 minutes, 41% are saying Dubois, 33% Fury, 21% Parker, 4% AJ. So, yeah. I mean, to be fair, Basquiat, you say the same Fury that barely beat Ngannou, but then Fury had very competitive fights. He lost, but he lost with Usyk, so... Edward Tag says, this is a crazy good vid, is the best top 10 I've seen today, ATM. Thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate that. I thought this would be fun. I'm enjoying this, I must say. It's nice for me not having to... I'm just hosting you guys, you know. You guys are coming up with this. Thank you very much for the 2, Paul. I really appreciate that. The 249, I should say. Every penny counts. It's, you know, it's interesting... It's nice, actually, you guys doing this, you know, and it's your guys' top 10. This probably won't be my top 10. I've got a video that I'm going to do for my top 10 that I'm plotting that you're going to love. It's going to be absolutely sick. It's not just going to be a shitty little podcast or another. You'll see. If I get it done, it's going to be a collab and it's going to be a different style of video you haven't seen before, and it's going to be awesome. So yeah. Right. We'll give it a couple more minutes. How many votes have we had? We had 105 votes. 39% of you have got Dubois, 34% Fury. Parker is at 23%. Yeah, we can do top 10 pound for pound. Absolutely, Aimless. That would be a great one to do. Maybe we'll do it after the Ring Magazine card in November, because there's quite a few big names on that. Could be fun to sort of have a bigger conversation about boxing. All right, we'll give it to the 5-minute mark. 108 votes right now. Dubois is ahead. My top 10 will be a musical. Can you imagine? That'd be hilarious. Boxing Life. Hello, mate. Jamie. Big up, lad. He says spot on so far, in my opinion. Well, waiting for the 5-minute mark to hit. 110 votes so far. Crazy X-Man's enjoying this. I'm glad you're enjoying it, mate. Honestly, I can't say how much it pleases me that people are enjoying this, because I've been thinking about doing this and I was like, how do I do this? I want to work this out. And it was really the guys in the Discord that inspired me. So go and join the Discord. It's in the pinned comment. The guys in there are great. They're really active, debating every day, having conversations every day. The moderators have set it up absolutely brilliantly. So we've got different sections for announcements, different sections for news, general boxing chat. I think we're going to start doing like a monthly meetup in there where I host a call for everyone. So yeah, it's going to be cool. It's been 5 minutes. I could put a timer mark actually, but I think we'll just do it like this for now, because I don't want to F around with timers. They're a pain in the ass. Right. 5 minutes has been 113 votes. I'm going to end it here. 38% of you have voted for Dubois. 39% of you have gone for Dubois. 34% Fury. So I'll put Dubois as the number 4 heavyweight in the world. So Fury moves down. Oh, crap. I keep going to the wrong screen. Fury moves down. Parker moves down. Joshua moves down. Right. So we need another option for number 5. And I think based on the popularity of Filip Hrgović in the last one, Michael says, this is why you're the best. Thank you, Michael. By the way, I hope you're recovering all right from your surgery, mate. That was a big one. I hope you're doing well, mate. I really do. Federico says, get on that like button, lads. Indeed. Right, so up next, we need to add in number 4 for number 5. So options for this, I'd say there's a lot of people that want Hrgović last time. There was a lot of people that wanted Italma. So it's Hrgović or Italma, really. I think there was a few Zhangs, but I don't think there was too many. Yeah, who do people want? Do they want Hrgović or do they want Italma for the additional option at number 5? Bakole as well. So, I mean, I could do a quick 1-minute poll. Italma. Let's do a quick poll. I know this is a tedious thing, but let's just do it quickly. You have 1 min. For the 4th option, it's going to be Italma, Hrgović, or who's the other one I said? Italma, Hrgović, or Bakole was the other one. All right. I'm going to literally just give that a minute because I don't want to start doing polls on polls on polls. All right. Hrgović has instantly jumped to 62%. Italma's at 30 though. I thought Italma would be popular because I know that Italma's not achieved anything yet, but it is the potential that we see in him that he could actually go and beat anyone right now. Is the reality of Italma. We just don't know how good he is. But also, Hrgović is a more proven heavyweight, and I like the fact that he's clearly rated by the community here. You know, a lot of people don't really rate Hrgović. So yeah, it's great. But the thing is, Crazy X-Man, is we're not blinded by the level of hype. It's just he might be that good. We don't know, you know? We'll let it's going up fast. Let's, Jake Paul, get out of here, man. I am vetoing that one. I'm over. If the community say that, I don't believe in my community anymore. Right. 1 minute's done. We're going Hrgovic. Hrgovic is your extra option there. Where is the man? Philippe Hrgovic. There he is. All right. So we're voting on Fury, Parker, Joshua, or Hrgovic for number 5. Fury, Parker, AJ, or Hrgovic. Give it 5 minutes. Let's see what we got, people. This is great, isn't it? I'm so pleased with this. This is a great live stream. I love it. The community I've got is so good. Appreciate you guys a lot. So Fury racing to a lead here, but Parker's not far behind him. Fury's at 51%, Parker at 40%. Bob Nelson says AJ is getting no love at all. Well, Mark Hatch says, but Fury is retired. Mark, we voted at the beginning. The community voted, and it was close, but over 50% of people decided we would include Fury in this vote. So that is why he is there. It's decided by the community. Let's have a look at the comments while people are voting. Yeah, Duckling Death March says, it's crazy that Jake Paul and Fabio have a similar amount of time in boxing. It's actually a very good point. It's a very, very good point. Namoticon says, Parker's resume is so much better than Fury. It's interesting because Parker has the same biggest win on paper as Tyson Fury does. He has more... does he have more top 10 wins? I suppose the Piccolo win, but of course there's a massive asterisk against that because of the last minute entry, and he might not make the top 10 here tonight, but I think generally speaking, people think he is a top 10 fighter. Yeah, it's interesting. He's got a more depth of resume, but Fury, you'd argue, has the higher potential performance level because we've only seen him lose to Oleksandr Usyk. That's the thing. It's this argument between what have you actually done and what could you actually do. The second you see a fighter lose, you know where their ceiling is. Until you see them lose, you can imagine that they're better than they are. That's the thing. Wow, Parker's a beating Fury. 46% of you think that Parker is the number 5 heavyweight in the world. And I think a lot of this is because people think that Fury shouldn't be in there because he's retired. But guys, I think we have to operate as if Fury is active. Imagine that Fury is still fighting. I'm going to say that moving forward because that's the idea here. We're assuming that Fury is active still. If you think that Fury is an active fighter, or even if you don't, for this poll, he is an active fighter, then you have to decide, is he better than the other person? There is an argument to be made that Parker could be ranked higher, but I don't think it's necessarily the strongest, but that's just my opinion. But you might be thinking about it on a matchup basis. Is Parker better than Tyson Fury? At the end of the day, though, this is not my poll, it's your poll. And if you guys think Parker's better than Fury, no problem at all. Guys, don't forget to bang the like button while we're doing this vote. And don't forget to consider chucking a super chat or a donation. We're trying to hit $100 for the stream. Couple more minutes on that poll. Sports Knowledge says this is stupid. Fury is getting robbed. Stephen Body says Wilder dropped Fury 4 times, but couldn't drop Parker. Could argue it was a different version of Wilder, but yeah, take your point. And of course, styles make fights in boxing, you know, apples and oranges and all that kind of stuff. Devil's Beat says, depends if Parker drops back to the 240s. Okay. Rusby says, great idea for a stream. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying it, mate. Mott Dupload says, Francis Ngannou nearly beat Fury. Fury in 2025 is shot to F. Well, I know that's true, but I have a strong suspicion that Fury didn't train for that fight to make the argument, because I think the level of performance he showed against Usyk was good. Even though he lost, it was still good. Big up, mate. Fury went from almost getting second to barely being able to get fifth. Crazy, isn't it? Big up, David, by the way. One of our admins in the Discord, which is pinned if you want to join the Discord server where we talk boxing every day, all the time, and do cool stuff. All right, we're at 4 minutes. We'll give it another minute. Parker's winning this right now by a good margin. Sports Knowledge says, people got to use their logic. We're assuming Fury is active. Yes, we are. That was what we decided as a community we would do. Mr. Will Guitar says, I thought Fury fought really well against Usyk. He was just beaten, but he didn't disgrace himself or look shot. Whether it was one last hurrah or style make fights, I thought it was good. Yeah, I agree with that comment. Yeah, I thought he boxed pretty well. Mott Dupload says, Fury is the great what if and could have been an all-time great, but effed up. Maybe. You could also argue he's not really fought many top 10 heavyweights. There's an argument both ways with Fury. He's very divisive because of the way he's done his career. All right, we've had 5 minutes. I'm going to let it get to... It's 118 votes. I'll let it get to 120, and then I'll end the poll. But it is looking like a clear win for Joseph Parker as the 5th best heavyweight in the world. We're at 119. One more vote, and I'll call it. All right, that'll do. It's been plenty long enough. 48% for Joseph Parker. So Joseph Parker... Let me just see the results come in. You clicked AJ, meant to click Parker. Joseph Parker is your number 5 heavyweight in the world. For now. And then we will review this, as I say. All right, so number 6. I'm going to put Italma as the extra option because he did well in that last poll. So, we'll have Fury, AJ, Hrgovic, and Italma are your options for number 6. And don't worry, as I say, if there's someone that you believe, if the community believes someone else should be number 6 that's not there, then they'll get a chance. You will get your chance. But let me just run this poll first. So Fury, AJ, Hrgovic, Italma. Now, guys, remember for this one, just to make it really clear, for people that are joined late, the community voted that Fury would be included in this vote. So don't vote against him because you think he's inactive, or sorry, because he's retired. You've got to assume he's active for this vote, for the purpose of this ranking system. So if you don't vote Fury, you think that he's not the number 6 heavyweight in the world if he was actually fighting. That's fine. So that's the poll. Fury, AJ, Hrgovic, Italma. Let's start the poll. And let's see what people are saying. Don't forget to bang a like, guys, while we're voting. And don't forget to, if you want to donate, I'd love that. We're trying to hit $100 on this stream. Got the little goal at the bottom right there, as you can see. Cowser on Gaming says Alan Partridge should be top 10. David says, do you all vote for BoxRec as well? I'm assuming David's not too keen on the rankings we've come up with so far. Look at that. So satisfying. I'm sorry. I'm a loser. But, you know, when technology works, it satisfies me to no degree. To no end, I should say. But yeah, we'll keep it on the table for now. Because I feel like it's good for people to see who we're voting on in a visual representation. But these are great rankings so far. It shows that the community knows what they're talking about. Is Fury winning the 6th? I've not actually looked at it yet. Yeah, Fury's going to be the number 6 heavyweight, it looks like. I'll let it run up to 5 minutes, as we've been doing for all of them. Well, we'll see how many votes we get. So if it gets to like around 120 votes, whatever happens first, 5 minutes or 120 votes, I'll call it. We're at 84 right now. %54% of you, 52% of you, sorry, after 86 votes have gone for Fury. I should make a better thumbnail for this video. I think I could do like a tier list image. I'll get the image at the end and I'll put it on the thumbnail. I think that'd be good, actually. Marshall says he's looking for actual fights, not no knee bums. But then, what's he saying? Who's he replying to? Luca. What did Luca say? Got to be Hrgovic. And then you say he's looking for actual fights, not no knee bums, and you put them via ability, not by who they duck or don't. How do you put Fury and AJ in the list at all then? I don't quite understand what's being said here. I'll maybe abandon that. And then Luke says, Marshall, don't talk about fighting bums when his team has been begging to fight Pulev. I don't even know what you guys are on about, but the boys going at it. Lucas says, how is Frank Sanchez a bum? Good question. How is Frank Sanchez a bum? Didn't realize he was. All right. We are at 91 votes, so I want it to hit around 120 or 5 minutes, whatever comes first. Just to keep this thing moving. Because we've got a few more to do. The picture for number 4 is Dubois. That was what was voted. All right, we are at 3 minutes, 94 votes, 50% Fury. It looks like it's going to be a Fury whitewash, so I will call this one a little bit early if it looks like it's going to be clear. I don't think there'll be enough votes to swing it another way. But Italma is actually ahead of AJ and Hrgovic, which is interesting. So intrigued to see where he lands in this list. Bearing in mind we're considering potential and achievements. So you might think that, you know, Italma is a maximum potential fighter, even though he's not achieved much. And you might think his potential is so high that he could go in there and beat someone who's got all the achievements in the world. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to call it. We've got 100 votes, just over 100 votes. 50% have gone Tyson Fury. So Tyson Fury is officially... I can make the poll end. What is happening? Oh, thank you for the super chats, guys. James Clifford. My page just crashed, so let me just make sure I actually ended that poll. I did. Okay, cool. So Fury is the number 6 heavyweight in the world, according to the community. So down goes Joshua Hrgovic and Italma. We're going to add in one more heavyweight for this vote. I think it should be Zhang, probably, based on what people have been saying in the chat. But let me know quickly. Just quickly comment, guys. Who do you want to be in the conversation to be the 7th best heavyweight in the world? We've got Hrgovic, we've got Italma, we've got Joshua. I'm going to add one more. And from the list we have... the options are, I mean, ignore that Dubois. We've already got Dubois. Wilder, Zhang, Anderson, Ajagba, Parker, Joyce. We haven't had Bakole yet. Sanchez, Hooney, Chisora, Miller, Ruiz, Dylan White, Okoli, Jalalov, Gassiev, Torres Jr., Fianello, and Michael Hunter. Those are the remaining options to consider. Now, I think the ones that are probably worth looking at are Bakole or Zhang. I think Bakole or Zhang would be the two I would suggest, but if anyone feels very strongly against either of those two, then let me know. There's a lot of Bakoles and Zhangs coming through. Bakole, Zhang, Bakole. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go Bakole. I think there's more Bakoles than Zhangs. So we'll go Bakole for this one. Martin Bakole is the 4th option for your 7th best heavyweight. So we've got Hrgović, Italma, Joshua, and Bakole. All right, let's run it. See what you got, people. The poll is live. Number 7, Hrgović, Italma, AJ, and Bakole. And as I say, guys, there will be an opportunity. We're going to run through these at the end and try and figure out if we got this right or wrong. Please, as I say, guys, we'll let that run, that vote. 120 votes roughly, or 5 minutes, whatever comes first. Hrgović is currently in the lead, but AJ's close behind him. Italma is also not far off. It's actually quite a heated one, this one. Nathaniel's asking where Charles Martin is. We actually forgot Charles Martin. I don't know if he's going to make the top 10 anyway, but he's not actually in the pool. Which shows you how many heavyweights there are right now to talk about. It's insane. Such a great crop of heavyweights. I find it really interesting that Hrgović is ahead of AJ as well. I really do. 202 Ultra says, Wardley loves me more than martial arts. Okay. I don't know what you mean, but Calzeron Gaming says Hrgović winning what? Well, Hrgović is ahead right now, mate. People in this community don't seem to rate AJ particularly highly, and that's fine. X-Man says, I'm going to go AJ since he fought the best, lost to the best, and Ruiz. And when he was at his best, he was truly a destructive force. Mot Upload says, MOTD Upload says, it's just because people don't like AJ, in my opinion. Maybe. AJ's edged ahead now, so he's not doing too badly. Otto Livingston says AJ is a 2-times champ, worth considering. Definitely worth considering. Why are people that are voting for Hrgović going for Hrgović over AJ? Out of interest. Duckling Deathmarch says, I think for Hrgović gives all of the guys above them at least some resistance. Josh Byfield says AJ is washed beyond belief. It's an interesting one. I wonder how washed AJ actually is. We don't really know. I mean, the reality of AJ is that, yeah, he's lost to Dubois, but there is an argument that, you know, he's still decent. You know, he was on an okay run before that. And he obviously lost twice to Usyk, but they weren't terrible losses. He was clearly lost, but they weren't terrible. It's interesting. It's really hard to tell where AJ is right now. That was kind of what came out of our Discord community as well. Really hard to tell where AJ is. And he should be fighting, you know? I think it's such a shame he's not fighting. He's clearly just waiting for the Fury fight, but yeah, it's hard to tell if he's in the mix or not. Martial Arts NK says you forgot Ruiz. Oh, he's replying to someone else. Ruiz is in the pool. Do consider donating, by the way, guys. We are trying to hit $100 on this stream. We're 55 right now. As you can see, we've got the little widget at the bottom that sort of shows all that. I'll just move it up a bit. It actually shows the last person to donate. That's pretty cool. Didn't realize it did that. Cool. All right, how's that poll going? So, AJ 37%, Hrgovic 34%. We're at 3 minutes, 95 votes. We'll try and hit 100 votes at least before we call this one because it is close. Rusby says, looks like AJ will win. Well, it's close, mate. It is close. It's literally 2% difference right now with 96 votes gone. So a few votes could swing it, actually. So I'm going to leave it for a little longer. I'll let it hit 5 minutes before we call it. $150 of you in the chat right now. Please do bang a like on the stream. Consider donating. As I say, we're trying to hit that $100 mark on today's stream, if possible. We're getting close to calling it, people. Get your last minute votes in. 37% AJ, 34% Hrgovic. $99 votes. 5 minutes gone. Or maybe just let it hit 100 votes and then we'll finalize that. So it's a nice clear vote. 100 votes have hit. End the poll. And AJ takes the number 7 spot with 30. What did he end up with? 37% of the vote. All right. Let's get on with this. So Hrgovic goes down. Italma goes down. Bakole goes down. AJ takes number 7. We're going to add one more heavyweight into the mix. I think it has to be Zhang based on the calls on the last poll. A lot of people wanted Zhang, so we're going to put Zhang in. So it's Hrgovic, Italma, Bakole, and Zhang for your number 8 slot. Number 8. Hrgovic, Italma, Bakole, and Big Bang Zhang are your options for number 8. Vote away, people. Let's see what you got. And I'm going to read some comments while we look at this. This is a good time to send in your super chats if you want to do it, because I'll read them right now. All right. What we got? Crazy X-Man says, let's add Zhang into the mix, and we have done it. We have done it. Zhang is in the mix, my friend. Josh Byfield says, Hrgovic has too good a chin and AJ struggles with volume. I'd be picking Hrgovic. Josh likes Hrgovic. I've noticed this. And Josh does know his boxing. Rosby, though, says Hrgovic so overrated. Who is he beat fairly? I mean, any win is a fair win, but it's just how does it go, I suppose. Cal's Wrong Gaming says, think Zhang is too high here. He gasses after about... Well, he's not been voted yet, mate. You're voting on him right now. Interesting that no one so far... So we had 68 votes. Not one person has voted for Martin Bakole. I find that quite surprising, actually. Because I know that Bakole got knocked out by Parker, but he had a day's training or whatever it was. And I know that Bakole drew with a Jagba, but Bakole... Again, with Bakole, for me, it's about potential performance level. Bakole is... he's got a very high level of potential performance. He's been coming in at 300 pounds, 315 pounds. You know, he's beaten old Takam, fine. But he did beat Jared Anderson. And I thought he was looking pretty menacing in those fights. I thought he looked good. And I'm surprised he's only got 1% of the vote, is what I'm trying to say. But currently Zhang as well, like, that'd be a tremendous fight. They should make that fight. That'd be a very good fight. Hrgovic is winning this one clearly, though. 51% of the vote, 84 votes. Only going for 2 minutes, so we'll let it go a bit longer. But yeah, right now he's quite far ahead. David says Bukole is not very good. I don't agree. I think he's got a unique skill set when he's fit. I don't know what that. Oh, that beep noise is when the jar gets hit. I think that's a bit annoying, isn't it? You guys can't hear it, but I get a beep in my ears when the jar goes up. But 202, thank you very much for the super, mate. Will splitting the belts help or hurt heavyweight division? It'll help. I think there'll be more people willing to risk their position because they'll be going for something that's worth something, you know? It will help in terms of the variety of matchups that can be made. But ultimately, you do want to know who the best fighter is. So as long as they end up being unified again. But right now, everyone's waiting for a shot at the heavyweight belt. So everyone's waiting for Usyk, so no one's fighting each other, which is a bit of an issue. Just in case people are joining, I'm just going to scroll up so you can see the rankings so far. So far, we've got Usyk 1. Sorry. We've got Usyk 1, Kabayel 2, Wardley 3, Dubois 4, Parker 5, Fury 6, Joshua 7, and we're voting on number 8 right now. And none of this is mine, guys. This is all your community vote. So don't come at me if you don't like it. Come at your peers. It's being voted for. All right, 92 votes. I'll be calling this in a few seconds because we're about to hit 5 minutes. But Hrgovic has clearly won this at 52% with the Talma at 31. Ben Arony, how come Usyk has won? No idea, mate. I don't know why anyone would put Usyk at number 1. Kenny Senior says, how is Hrgovic in front? We know his level. And this is the thing, right? It's a good question. It's a good question. You could argue that Talma's ceiling is that much higher. It's not just about achievement. You could argue that Talma looks like he would absolutely destroy Hrgovic. But Talma's also not been there with anyone as good as Hrgovic, so it's hard to say. But it is a debate to be had. I can see why 31% of you have gone for a Talma. It's 5 minutes gone. We're going to call the vote. So, Hrgovic takes it with 52% of the vote. So Hrgovic is the number 8 heavyweight in the world, according to the community. So we need another fighter now for the number 9 spot for the vote. We've got Italma, we've got Bukole, and we've got Zhang. Now, I've seen some people saying Andrew Ruiz Jr.'s name, so perhaps he should be the next one in the mix. I also think it's worth considering Lawrence Okoli because he's highly ranked by the governing bodies, even if you don't agree. I mean, any of these guys really could be added in as the extra guy. Jalalov, Hunter, Okoli, Ruiz Jr., Chisora, Hooney, Sanchez, Joyce, Ejagba, and Wilder. I think any of those could be in the conversation for that extra spot. So get your comments in. Let me know what you think. Josh Barfield's got Ejagba or Sanchez. Another person there says Ejagba. Another person says Ejagba. Ejagba. Couple saying Ruiz. I think it's going to be Ejagba. There's quite a few Ejagbas in the chat. Hooney. I think we're going to do Ejagba, people, based on the immediate reaction. I'll leave it just a couple seconds more. Another Ejagba. All right, I'm happy to put Ejagba, so let's put Ejagba. Big FA. All right, Ejagba is your 4th option. So we've got Italma, Bukole, Zhang, and Ejagba. Italma, Bukole, Zhang, Ejagba. I feel like these low spots are actually the most debatable right now, aren't they? Because some people have just not had their chance. And some people have lost, but they're still much better than the others for all we know. All right. Number 9, we're underway, people. Italma, Bakole, Zhang, Ajagba. Please bang a like on the stream, by the way, guys. And as I say, consider donating. We're not far off that $100 goal for this stream tonight. We've hit $60 so far. Be really interested to see how people vote on this one. It's getting more and more competitive as we go down, I feel. Italma is winning this quite clear at the minute. 57% of you think Italma, 35% think Zhang after the first 50 votes. Crazy X-Man's a big fan of Zhang. Otto Livingston says, what has Ajagba done? Well, obviously, he got that draw with Bakole. People think he looks decent on the eye. MOTD says, Huni on eye test, but he's literally never beat anyone of note. True. Ben Arrow says here for Chisora at number 10. Chisora, we can put Chisora in if you want at number 10. At the in consideration, sorry. I don't think he's going to make it based on the way the community's been voting, but we'll see. We shall see. Don't forget as well, guys, the Discord is at the pinned comment in the chat. And in the Discord, you can talk boxing whenever you want. But we won't take this stream. We'll get our 10 and then we'll see what we're doing numbers wise with people, whether people want to go on or not. But I've got to also start my day. It's now 8 a.m. here in Melbourne. Josh Byfield put Bakole instead of Zhang. Well, people really hate Bakole, don't they? Calzeron Gaming says Zhang has good wins, but beat by Parker. Italma would be too quick for Zhang. I mean, Italma might be too quick for most of them, mate, for all we know. Like, Joshua's 7, and he's there on achievement, I'm sure, but how many of you think that Joshua would beat Italma right now? You know, it's a really interesting conversation. How are we doing on the vote? We've got 78 votes after 2 minutes, 55% are saying Italma, so it looks like he's going to win it, but, you know, we'll give it another sort of couple of minutes or hit 100 votes-ish and see what it's at that point. Still trying to hit that stream goal, people, before I go tonight. Be around a bit longer, and it'd be great to hit that $100 mark if we can. Help me pay my way in this world and keep the channel growing. That's the aim. AJ ain't beating Italma. The speed and pressure would be too much, says Martial Arts NK. Edward Tag says, has to be Bakole. He has so much potential, an absolute beast compared to a prospect and a 42-year-old. I do believe that Bakole has high potential, but he's not shown it recently because he's coming unfit and it's pathetic. It's not good enough. Really not good enough. So disappointing, actually, because I just think he's a really interesting heavyweight, Bakole. The one thing I will say, though, is that he is very, very hittable. He's very hittable. He doesn't... His defense is really based on counters, and he doesn't really block much. Yeah. Mark says AJ wouldn't get in the ring with Italma, and then maybe that tells you something. Maybe there's a reason why he wouldn't do that. All right, a couple more minutes to go, or a minute to go, and then we'll call this one. 89 votes so far. It'd be nice to hit 100 before we hit the 5-minute mark. Got 150 of you in the chat, so if you do want to go for it, get your vote in. Do subscribe as well if you're new. I doubt we'll have many new people in here tonight because we've not got loads in, but you never know. Who's the guy behind me? It is Mike Tyson in a Scotland football shirt. One of my favorite ever pictures. And having grown up in Scotland, it means something to me, you know. It's combining my interests and personal experiences. Megalodon says, is Greedy Belly ranked on this list? He is indeed, mate. He is number 6, I think. Yeah, because we agreed that we would keep him. That we would assume he was active for the purposes of this vote. Sorry, guys. I'm losing my train of thought. All right. Thank you very much for the 5. Abraxas 20. Really appreciate that. Did you send that twice? Well, it looks like you did. Thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate that. Oh, no, just once. You're a legend, mate. Thank you. We're getting close, mate. We're only $29 off that 100 goal now before the end of the stream. So if you would consider donating, I'd really appreciate it. Right, let's have a look at this poll. What are we saying? 58%, 5 minutes are gone. Let's end it. Italma is officially your 9th best heavyweight in the world, as voted for by the people. So 58% Italma. So Bacola goes down, Zhang goes down, Ajagba goes down. So we need to add one more in for the conversation number 10. And this might be the most fiercely fought spot. The 4th position in the rankings, in the voting for the rank of number 10. So I think we can probably consider Huni, Wilder, Sanchez, Chisora, Miller, Ruiz. I think that'll be it. So yeah, let me know out of those guys, who should be our 4th potential for the number 10 best heavyweight in the world. Oh, mate, thank you so much for the 20. JLUK. Chisora would probably beat or give a good showing. Beat who? Sorry. Oh, we've cracked the goal. Fantastic. Guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. $122. They've actually smashed through our stream goal. I really, really appreciate that, guys. Honestly, it means a lot. I put a lot of time into this, and it's just going to help the channel grow, and it's great to know you've enjoyed this video. So we'll definitely do more of these in the future if people like it, which it seems like you do. So that's brilliant. I'm so happy with that. All right, let's have a look. So we got a few Sanchez's, there's a lot here, actually. Ruiz, Huni, Ruiz, Chisora, Derek, Sanchez. There's a couple of Sanchez's and a couple of Coleys. Really difficult to know where to go with this because it's pretty torn, to be honest. We can make the list a bit longer, maybe, but Michael Lynch says Sanchez. I'm going to go for Sanchez because quite a few people are asking for Sanchez, and I'll be interested to see where he ranks because he is quite a niche pick in that I think he has high potential for high performance, but he's not really had his chance. I know he lost to Caballel, but he did appear injured in that one. I think Sanchez is a very, very interesting boxer. So those are your 4. Mate, thank you so much for the 10. That's brilliant. Mr. Will Guitar, you are a legend, not me. So for the 10th slot, we have got Bakole, Zhang, Ajagba, and Frank Sanchez. These are the ones we're going to vote for. So let's do the poll. Number 10 coming up. We've got, remind myself, Bakole, Zhang, Ajagba, and Sanchez. I know where Josh Byfield's vote will go straight away. Poll is running for number 10, for the 10th best heavyweight in the world. Let's round this off, people. Let's see what we got. So Zhang racing to an early lead after the first 12 votes, 75% so far. The Fog Sellers wants top 12. I'll do a vote after this to see if we're going to do a couple more. Because I do need to go and start my day. It's early morning here for me in Australia, but also I don't want people to feel to be left dissatisfied, you know. Or maybe we do another stream where we do the best of the rest sort of thing. Ranks 11 to 20. Because that's where it's actually quite hard to sort them out. Be quite an interesting stream to do. Josh Byfield says, get Sillet Bang in the top 10, please. All right, so I thought you may have gone for Sanchez, mate, but no. I was wrong. Mark Hatch says, Zhang was the first one to truly crack Joyce's chin. True. And that's another really interesting thing about this list, guys, if we go through our rankings. I was talking with someone in my Discord about this. Discord's pinned in the comments, by the way, if you do want to join my server and join the community. Really, really interesting when you look at this list. How many of these guys haven't beat someone in the top 10? So Usyk obviously has. Usyk has beaten Dubois, and he's beaten Fury, and he's beaten Joshua. So he's got 3 wins against top 10 opponents from our list. Caballel, well, it depends if Sanchez makes it or not, if Zhang makes it or not. But Caballel potentially only has 1. We'll check out at the end of this list. Wardley has 1. obviously beating Parker. Dubois has won over Hrgovic. Oh, mate, thank you for the super. Perhaps voting on 11 could be a reward for making the goal. Yeah, all right, fine. We'll put the bonus 11 in. We'll do the bonus 11. I like that. That's a good shout, mate. And thank you so much again for the super chat, mate. Really appreciate it. Dubois has a win over Hrgovic, so he's got one top 10 win. Parker has a win over... Well, we'll see if Zhang makes it or not. Joshua has wins over Parker. And he obviously has lost to a couple of top 10s in Usyk and Dubois. Oh, Dubois, of course, has got Joshua as well, so Dubois has got 2. Hrgovic has Zhang, if Zhang makes it. But he has a couple of losses to top 10. And Italma has none. And then these bottom guys have none. So it's going to be really interesting to see. My point is, the top 10 don't fight each other very much in the heavyweights, which is kind of an issue. But that means that beating anyone in this pool at the bottom here, this pool of guys at the bottom, if I can just get that in the middle, is actually quite impressive. Any of these wins is a good win that makes you in consideration for top 10 because the top 10 don't really fight each other. So yeah, it's a long-winded way of saying it, but yeah. Right, I've not actually looked at the poll, so let's have a look and see what we're saying. 76 votes gone, 64% of you are going for Zhang, so it looks like he's quite far ahead right now. Looks like Zhang will be the 10th. We'll let it run for 5 minutes. And then we're going to do the bonus number 11. The bonus 11th best fighter in the world as we hit our goal on the for supers and for donations and stuff, which I really, guys, you don't understand how much it means to me. I really appreciate it. It's big. It's really big for me. Let's I know Emoticon, it's crazy, isn't it? The top 10 should be fighting each other. That's the whole point of being there in the rankings. And that's to the point of someone who said, will it help or hinder if the belts splinter? I think it will help because then all these guys are going to start fighting each other for belts. I think part of the reason for the inactivity right now is everyone waiting to see what Usyk does. Everyone wants the Usyk shot. Fury has no top 10 wins. Exactly. And I think that's why he's in 6th. I think people are speculating that he could beat the guys below him, but he doesn't ultimately fight the top 10 guys. So it's really interesting. When you look at it like that, it kind of changes your perspective a bit, doesn't it? And it makes Usyk just so clearly the number 1, doesn't it? So clearly the number 1. All right. We're getting close to wrapping this poll and getting the number 10. Then we're going to do a bonus number 11 as a thank you for hitting our chat goal for the for donations tonight. So I'll add that in now, actually. Let me just... Yeah, we'll make that. What color should we make that one? That can be... Let's go for this purple color. Oh, no, wait. No, I want that to be red. And I'm going to make this one like this sort of purple color. And that is going to be kind of right, bonus 11. Yeah, all right, the bonus number 11, because we've got so many good heavyweights, is what we'll vote on lastly. But let's look at this poll. We are on, all right, 5 minutes is gone. I'm going to end it. 59% of you have gone for Zhilei Zhang. So he is going to be the 10th best heavyweight in the world, according to the community. So for bonus number 11, we've got Bukole, Ajagba, and Frank Sanchez. Now, obviously, I'll add one more in. Ruiz Jr. has been quite popular in terms of what people want, so I would consider him. Any of these guys really could be in the mix. So let me know, who do you want from this pool to potentially be the 11th best heavyweight in our bonus 11th ranking for the community? I think we can look at Wilder. We can look at Huni. Wilder, Huni, Chisora, Miller, Ruiz. Yeah. Jalalov. Yeah. Let me know what you think. There's a Chisora, there's a Ruiz. There's a Derek, Ruiz, Huni, Wilder, Ruiz. Vianello shout in there as well. Sounds like it's between Ruiz or Derek. I'm going to do a quick one. We're going to literally do a real quick poll. This is going to be like a 1 minute poll. I'm just putting 1 min. Ruiz or Derek? Right. Quick poll, guys. Just vote on that quickly. Which one do you want to be the fourth option to vote on at number 11? It's going to be Ruiz or Derek. Derek is winning right now. We've not got long, but Ruiz is making a comeback. This is a tough fought one, but Derek seems to be edging it. I agree, guys. You know, these guys are all Torres, Jalilov. They could all be in the conversation. Even Wilder, you could put in there, but you know, I can't have too many people for you to vote on, unfortunately. Derek is edging it. All right, I'm going to call the poll. I'm going to call it a Derek. We're going for Derek Chisora. So your options are Bacole, Ajagba, Sanchez, or Chisora. This will be interesting, actually. Bonus 11. We've got Bacole, Ajagba, Sanchez, and Derek. All right, let's go, people. The final slot. And wait, this one's actually all over the shop. This is all over the place after the first 25 votes. So we'll let this one run for a bit. As we've gone on, they've become more difficult to choose, I think. Mark braces Del Boy, I'm out of here. Mate, it's what the community asked for. Chisora's beat was 10 years ago, says Mystery Man. Well, look, he's just in the conversation for number 11. It doesn't mean he's going to get it. Has Derek ever been a world champ? No, Crazy X-Man, he hasn't. Mark says, I'm surprised nobody rates a Jagba. After 54 votes, Derek is edging it, which is funny. It is funny because I personally don't think Derek Chisora would be any of them. But he's a well-loved man, and this is the community vote. So Del Boy will get it if he gets it. I will not be overruling anything. Unsurprisingly, a close call, says Ben Arrow. Luca thinks Torres Jr. is chinny. Probably would get beat in a couple of rounds to Atama, but he does have a better win than Atama, to be honest. Andrew Ruiz actually didn't make the what's it called? The voting at any point, which is quite funny. Or did he? No, he's never actually made the voting. But I'm sure he'll be disappointed to hear that when he watches this. Mark says, Del Boy easily over Sanchez. He's even got the age advantage as Sanchez is 50 plus years old. Cuban documents prove me wrong. All right, how are we going on this vote? Let's see. Sanchez is winning at 39%. We've had 70 votes. I will let it go to the 5-minute mark or around 100 votes, whatever comes first. No, you can't see the top people because I've got to scroll the page, mate. So I can go up to the top. There you go. So it's like that. But it covers the whole page. So I've got to scroll it, you see. I mean, I could can I do this? There we go. That's better, isn't it? But then if I make it... Yeah, the problem is when I make it fill the screen, you see it covered. Anyway, as you can see, I can't quite show you the top 10 because of the size, but I'm going to download it afterwards. So yeah. But yeah, that's 1 to 10. Usyk, Kabayel, Wardley, Dubois, Parker, Fury, Joshua, Hrgovic, Italma, Big Bang, Zhang, and then the bonus number 11 vote is happening right now, people. W livestream, Henry says, Crazy X-Man, thank you, bro. Mate, you know Crazy X-Man? I remember him from my very first live stream. He's one of my first people I had on a live stream. It was when I did, it was Crawford against Madrimov. And X-Man just popped up. He just appeared on that stream. And I was like, right. And he's been in a lot of streams since then. My guy. I do not forget. Okay. We've got a minute to go. We only had 77 votes this time, so a few less. I think we lost a few people, but that's fine. Oh, thank you for the Super 202. Disappointing knowing no US heavyweight should be top 10. Yeah, that's true. It is a problem, isn't it? It's a problem for all the boxing when there's no US heavyweight in the top 10. The Fog says, I cannot go for Sanchez. His last good, okay win was Junior Farr 3 years ago. Yeah. One could argue Bakole is a waste of talent. I do agree. And he's wasting his talent right now. He just isn't in shape and it's not good enough. Right, we're getting very close to calling this poll. Sanchez is winning it right now. We've got maybe a minute to go, just less than a minute. 37% are saying Sanchez, 30% are saying Bakole, 25% are saying Derek, 9% are Jagba. All right, I think we can call it. I think Frank Sanchez has taken the bonus number 11 slot. So, Derek drops down, as does a Jagba, as does Bakole. I'm surprised Bakole didn't make the top 10 in the end, but yeah, there we go. So, I'm going to save this. So that's downloaded, so I've got it documented. And guys, this was a great stream. Now, I was planning on doing a review at the end where we voted on this to see if any of these should be moved around. I don't want to go through the whole thing because I do need to go and get on, but what I will do is this. I will give people a chance to dramatically move someone before I go. So, for example, if you think that Italma should be much higher, then shout Italma's name. Whoever you think is massively misranked, type in their name and we'll see who the consensus one is, and then we'll see where you think maybe they should be. So shout some names. Who do you think is miles off? And then we'll maybe vote to move them up. So who in this list, people, do you think should be higher is the question. Nemoticon likes it. I mean, that might be it as well. You might think, no. Now, Fury, again, we had to operate as if Fury is active. So remember that. So Webb's Fitness thinks Italma and Fury. Mystery Man thinks Italma should be higher. Sports Knowledge thinks Fury should be higher. There's a couple of Furies, a couple of Italmas so far. Sports Knowledge has said Fury twice. Bro, stop spamming Fury. We get it. David21 thinks Fury in top 3. David, I like the idea, David. If someone sends a super chat, they can instantly change a ranking. I don't want to veto the whole community like that. If you send a super chat, I will consider... Well, I will put your person into a vote. I'll do that. If you send a super, I will automatically put your person into a vote. If not, we'll see who has the most comments. And then we will move them. We will vote to move them. It will initiate a vote to move them. So, it's quite a few Italmas, quite a few Furies. Fury fans want to be number 1. I'm going to do a vote on Italma, I think, unless we get super for someone else. Let's do a vote on Italma. So, Italma, should his rank be higher, lower, or the same? And I don't know if this will work because obviously we're voting in isolation, but let's just see, out of interest, let's see what happens when we do this. Right. This will tell us if it works or not, if the way we actually worked through it works. Because at the minute, the same seems to be coming up quite strongly. So if the majority think it should be the same, and we could go through the whole thing and do this, it would actually show that the voting system worked perfectly, which is actually a great sign. Right now, it's neck and neck between the higher and the same. Absolutely neck and neck. Michael wants Hrgovic above AJ. I find it fascinating that people think Hrgovic is better than AJ. Like, it must just be an eye test thing. Or maybe you think he's just got more left. James says, surely Moses needs to beat someone in the top 10 first. But mate, Fury's never beaten anyone in the top 10. Don't you think that's interesting, James? That Fury has never beat anyone in the top 10. He's beaten as many top 10 fighters, current top 10 fighters, as Moses Italma has. It's more like he needs to beat someone in the top 20, probably. All right, so David says get Luke Partridge off that list. We're not doing that, David. I will. All right, you sent me a super, so I will do a vote on Tyson Fury. It'll be very interesting to see where he ends up. All right, I think 50 votes in, 43% say the same for Italma. So that to me says that he's in the right spot. 37% of you wanted him higher, but most of you think he should be where he is. So that is great. That means this works. Let's do it for Fury. This will be very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Now, before I do this, guys, bear in mind, those of you that think he's retired, I'm just going to reiterate this. We agreed at the start of the stream that for this stream, we would assume for all intents and purposes that Fury is an active fighter. So don't vote he should be lower because you think he's retired. Vote lower because you think he's worse than the guys that are below him. So Fury should be higher, lower, the same. All right, let's see what we got. I'm really interested to see how this one goes. Really interested because he's just the most divisive one on the list by an absolute mile. Right now, the same's actually losing. It's coming up a bit, but lower's big. People really don't like Fury. David, you've caused something here. You've started something. I might do a quick AJ one as well before I go, but let's see. People want Fury lower. It's because people don't want him on the list at all. That's the problem. Half of you didn't think Fury should be on the list at all. So, you know, the other half is going to be split between the same and higher. So I think that's probably what's going on here. I might be wrong. Ben's asking if I can show the full chart. Yeah, let me switch it back. So that's it at the minute. Zhang is at the bottom there, number 10. You can't quite see him. He's off. Let me kind of just move it down a bit so you can see. Yeah, so you can just about see that. Can you see the list now? Otto Livingston. And Emoticon, lower, he's retired. Brilliant. We agreed that he is going to be active for the purposes of these rankings. 53% of you have said they want Fury lower. But as I said before, I'm pretty sure that is people that didn't want him included in the first place because half of you didn't want that. So it's difficult. Yeah, interesting. Because then the other half gets split higher the same, isn't it? It's like tactical voting in body politics, this, isn't it? All right. But so, like, people think Fury's worse than AJ, basically, based on this poll. Let me try something, actually, before I move Fury down. I think we'll keep the poll we've got, the rankings we've got, but let's just see. Should AJ be ranked higher, lower, the same? Otto Livingston, mate, I told you. We did a vote at the beginning. We agreed that Fury is going to be active for the purposes of this vote. I don't know how to explain it to you more clearly than that. Right. I just want to check AJ. The AJ's is neck and neck right now between lower and the same. Yeah, very interesting. Very, very interesting. So if AJ's going to be the same, but you want Fury lower, then but you don't think AJ should be higher, this is when it starts getting complicated. So I think we have to stick with the original rankings. Yeah, that's why Fury is the problem in this list. He's such a complicated person to vote on or pick, then it's just difficult. So we'll end the AJ one. I think we're happy with his ranking. It's just that there's this massive conversation around Tyson Fury, and it's so interesting. But I've downloaded the list. Let me just have a look at that to make sure it worked. All right, great. Let me I'm gonna drop this in so that people can see it. One moment, guys. So there you can see the top 10. Make it a bit smaller so you can still see me. That is our top 10 right there. So we've got Usyk number 1, Caballero number 2. Actually, you know what I can do? I can just do this. That is our final rankings that we come up with as a community. That was brilliant, wasn't it? So, Usyk number 1. Caballero number 2. Wardley number 3. Dubois number 4. Parker number 5. Fury number 6. Joshua number 7. Hrgovic number 8. Talma number 9. Number 10, Zhile Zhang. And number 11, your bonus pick as we hit our stream goal. Thank you very much to everyone who contributed to that. Frank Sanchez. So, unless anyone's got any last minute questions or thoughts that they want to super chat in, I'm going to get out of here because I need to go and start my day. But I thought this was great. Bang W in the chat if you enjoyed this. You want me to do more of these because I thought this was a really, really good stream. This was one of the most enjoyable streams I've done, actually. I thought this was great. So bang a W in the chat if you did enjoy it because I'd like to, get your sort of thoughts on whether I should do more of these. But yeah, I think that's actually a really, really good top 10, top 11, I should say. I think that's brilliant. I'm really happy with that. Glad you've enjoyed it, guys. W's from Adam Howe. Kenny Senior says this has been cool. The W's are coming in from lots of people, so I think you enjoyed it. And I actually think we had a good list in the end. Lots of W's coming in. Love it, guys. Namoticon, thank you for being part of it, mate. Appreciate it. Always see you in here. Goodbye. Mr. Will Guitar as well, mate. You donated some big stuff tonight, so I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much, 202. Big up, David and Josh, MVP admins. Yes, one last shout out, guys. If you want to join the Discord server, it is the pinned comment from one of the admins, David. It's great. These are the kind of things we do in there. The boys are on it. They're running it really nicely. It's a really good server, and we're going to build it up and do more and more stuff with it. The idea is to eventually have
Favored. The idea is to build it up. I want to start doing monthly calls in there where we all get together and talk boxing. And yeah, I think it's going to be sick. And it's growing. And thanks to the boys because they shouted me out and said, we want to get this running for you, Henry. So lads, I tell you live on stream, I appreciate it so much. You guys are the best. What time is it over? It's 8:30 a.m. So I got to go now start my actual work. So yeah, but this was a good way to start the day, I think. I'm a little fried, but good fun. All right, guys, thank you so much for this. As I say, go and jump on the Discord link if you want to join the Discord. Subscribe if you're new and all that stuff. Like the video. Mystery Man, let's leave it on that. Mystery Man says, this is a better list than Ring, WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO, BoxRec. What about the IBO, though? Joking. Yeah, cheers, guys. We'll do more of these. Absolutely. We'll do more divisions. We will do pound for pound. I think this is fantastic. I really like this. So yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being with me on this. And it's been a lot of fun. Take care, and we'll catch up soon. In fact, I might do a live for Buatsi Parker. Haven't decided yet. If not, then I will definitely see you live for the well, maybe we'll do one of these a week. I like this. So, all right.